might not wanna try me. I see bitches on the daily.
I was cruising down the street when my bitch is 50 deep. Hey, turn up, we gon' smoke a blunt and get some shit deep. Her nigga all alone, I might go and keep him company. If he eat this pussy once, I bet he ain't gon' wanna leave. Ain't no role model, you can get the fuck about your feelings. Ever since a kid, I've been that bitch that never listened. I asked him why he like me, he said, I don't know, you different. I put the pussy on him, then that nigga got the trippin'. I know you see me, cause ho, they put me on your TV. Watch every move I make, I know these bitches wanna be me. I know that they can't stand the way I'm up and they be sinking. Boy, if you got sativa, match it up, cause I be geeking. Uh-oh, I think I hit a popo. Pass me the tray so I can throw them nuggets out the window. I think he on to me, he flashing lights and tapping the door. Just knowing about whatever, I ain't going out like a hoe. I just got in the city, I already see my nemesis. They praying on my downfall, I can hear them whispering. You can keep your 2 cents, bitch, I ain't with the bickering. Backing down is not an option, no, I won't consider it. I was cruising down the street when my bitch is 50 deep. Hey, turn up, we gon' smoke a blunt and get some shit deep. Her nigga all alone, I might go and keep him company. If he eat this pussy once, I bet he ain't gon' wanna leave. Ain't no role model, you can get the fuck about your feelings. Ever since a kid, I've been that bitch that never listened. I asked him why he like me.
I repeat, you're live.
You didn't say it to begin with, Eric, so you didn't repeat shit.
Maybe you didn't hear it.
We
I
didn't
had
hear
to-
it first.
Okay, whoops.
All right.
I had my.
Well, we
fingers
were
out.
just talking.
Like
we
how
have a.
Howard. Oh,
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about how Howard Stern does like Gary as his producer, like especially early on when he really be fucking up.
Gary.
Baba Eric.
Fafa Fuhai. Listen we were just talking about Eric, and we are going to implore the development meeting viewers or content creators to make us either a GIF or a video of Eric's face looking behind in a tight metal tee with his clean head, smirking and backing it up big time. We want him to be fucking it up. So if you guys can make that for us, we'll figure something out for you.
Before you go too far with that, I got something I need y'all to watch.
I repeat.
If this is the actual PSA, I actually don't want to finish this. But if it takes a turn, I'm down. So,
Oh, it takes a turn, but it's a real PSA.
oh my god.
Words have consequences. Think
Oh my
about
God.
it when you bully me on this show.
All right, thank you for that, Eric. That's Eric, our development meetings producer, playing that for you.
It's funny because you always hear stand-up comedians when they complain about the warm-up guy, and they're like, "You didn't get any energy, or you brought the room down." I mean, that was the opposite.
Yeah, you killed the room. You really fucked it up, Eric. We said we needed a GIF of you fucking it up, but not like that.
Eric, what you can do for us is put up the board.
I sure can. In about
got a
20
board.
minutes. With this new setup.
But
It's
wait,
great.
before we do board shit, we should do should we check in with our fellas, the Skeleton Realm heads? That was a question.
I mean, the board is
All
just.
right, then if I'm gonna make the call, let's get them on because we
Okay.
have an update, and since you're in the meeting, meaning you at home viewing
Dev meeting.
this right now, this
We
is
still
our
gotta make
meeting
some dev meeting shirts, man.
with them. What's up? We got Doug and Sam here from Skeleton Realm. I don't know if I could hear you guys yet.
Can you hear us?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Cam is asking if he. I can't hear you. You haven't even said anything.
How's it going?
Hey,
I saw mouths moving. Are you guys just like Chuck E. Cheese charactering me?
no, I was speaking.
Okay.
You missed it.
Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah. So Skeleton Landlord is a short that we saw in here for the first time, and we made an edit of it to air at 4 a.m. for those of you who are just now tuning in, and we have a trailer that you guys made. So thank you for making that trailer, by the way, to let you guys know what the fuck it is again.
Of course, yeah.
So Eric, This is that was my cue to have you.
I already had you.
Tonight on Skeleton Landlord, when Skeleton is humiliated by a pair of cool young tenants,
You fucking idiot!
Come on, guys, I'm cool too, damn it!
Skeleton decides to blow their minds with some killer tunes.
I'll get a band together and blow their minds with some killer tunes. Do you want to be in a band with me?
What could go wrong?
Oh, shit.
Tune in to Skeleton Landlord, 4 a.m. on Adult Swim.
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all, very well done. And I want to say, Skeleton Landlord, like Cam said, it'll air on Adult Swim in the near future. But also, we like the character and what you guys are doing so much. We wanted to have you guys write a script for a future episode, and I think that's why we're here. To hear some ideas, because this is development meeting, and get a sense of what you guys want to do. But I also want to say, you guys already have been written up in Bubble Blabber with Skeleton Landlord. We haven't even done anything. So.
If you make it on Bubble Blabber, hello Emmy. That's all I'm gonna say.
We actually were on some Vulture list too on Vulture.com.
Really?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that.
I want to.
It's like the top 300 pieces of content from the past like 10 years. It's a weird like huge list of stuff.
Well,
yeah.
congrats,
It's a long
man.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
dope.
Well, tell us what you're thinking for a future episode of Skeleton Landlord.
Sure.
Well, we,
so Sam,
brought a little slideshow.
Sam's
yeah.
got some
Sorry.
slides. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Eric, am I good to share a tab?
Yep. Go right ahead.
Of what?
So we came up with 3 quick episode ideas, and the first episode is called Yellow Gold. And so in this episode, a traveling rodeo comes to town. Skeleton and Mark attend the rodeo. They notice that there's a contest to see who can be America's next top rodeo star. Skeleton signs up and he finds that the rodeo master, who is a man named Mustard Baron. Skeleton and Mark don't realize that Mustard Baron has set up the rodeo as a sham event in order to travel the country and scan the earth for large veins of mustard underground, which he plans to illegally drill and pump and suck dry. So basically, Skeleton ends up inviting the Mustard Baron to live in the apartment complex while he tests out Skeleton's rodeo skills. Mark catches on. He realizes that Mustard Baron is up to no good. He tries to warn Skelly. Skelly doesn't listen. He thinks Mark is jealous that he's not going to be the next big rodeo star. They capture Mark. Mark escapes, and it ends in a classic cowboy shootout. So that's our first idea. Sam,
Sick.
will take it away on the next one.
Yeah.
I love the
Cool.
Yellowwood guy.
Yeah, Yellowwood. Yeah.
He's a very strong character reference for Mustard Baron. The next one is called Porn Lords. And so with this pilot, we went through the whole process of standard and practices, and we, got a taste of it, don't know that much about it yet, but this pitch will be fairly explicit, but we think there's a pretty clear path through standards and practice that this could be doable on air. But it's Porn Lords, and it starts with a mass eviction, just open on Skeleton evicting every single person in the complex because he struck a deal with the porn executive, and the deal is to fill every apartment in his whole complex with hardcore porn stars. And they just set up residency there, and they film porn all day, and they, suck and fuck and do their thing. But the thing is that the whole troop there takes such a liking to Skelly in a kind of like flower child, free love kind of Manson family way that's kind of at odds with their appearance, And they're saying, Skelly, come on, like you can come and you should come and fuck sometime and join in. And Skelly just kind of keeps putting it off because what we find out is that the only bone in his body that can't get hard is his cock. So Skelly's, dancing around the subject, and he has to confide in Mark, his maintenance man. And they have to find out a way to get Skelly hard so he can join in. The B plot is that all the fucking and sucking and gunk and cum that's been going on through the pipes has been collecting in the sewer under the complex and has formed this kind of sentient cum guy that is kind of running around causing issues. So and then the plots would converge at the end of that. So that's porn lords.
I will say for this one at the end, I want the sentient cum man to come in and tie the episode together. He sort of at the end resolves the conflict that we write into it. So he's kind of ties it all together. Anyway,
I wish I had the Cam's wheelhouse drop so bad.
I know.
Right now.
See, I wanted to say this, but see what you guys do. Now we're getting just cum pitches because now they know what I like.
I think it's a coincidence, but yeah.
Oh, you do happen to like cum?
I'm a big cum guy myself. Who knows? Yeah.
Great.
Cool. So you
Let's
ready for the next one?
The third, yeah.
Cool. This one's Hacker's Delight. Doug, you want to describe this one?
Doug? Oh, he's Scott.
Doug might be
Oh,
frozen.
he froze.
He appears
He's scared.
frozen.
You shook up. Doug, you froze up, man. This is a big moment for you, and you fucked it all up.
He'll be back. Well, I think he's going to rejoin.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I'll just describe it. So this is one where we have it's another tenant-centric one where we have a hacker named the Worm, who's pictured there, and he's having issues with his internet in the complex, and he calls up Skeleton because this guy's a hacker. He needs a decent connection. This actually kind of ties in with Doug's issues right now too. But Skeleton shows up to fix or troubleshoot his internet issues around the same time that the Worm receives a subpoena or warrant from the CIA. So the Worm splits town, but what he doesn't realize is that he's framed Skeleton. The apartment is raided. Skeleton is taken in, black bagged, and tortured for hours on end. So the Worm needs to hack Skeleton to freedom. And there's, the separate B lines there where Skeleton is being tortured, and the Worm is a undisclosed location trying to hack his way into the courthouse and so on.
About that.
Okay.
And that's the third one. Yeah.
These are all strong jumping off points. I would say I'm a little partial to the first one. I do want the chat to either post 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the chat thinks. 1 being the first one, 2 being the second one, 3 being Hacker's Delight. I'm leaning towards the first one myself to explore. But Cam, Jordy, I don't know.
Go for it, Jordy.
I like the first one too. I like how you kind of open up the world a little bit more in the first one, but then you're kind of tying it back to the apartment complex. I think that's a good next step for this project. But it seems like for hackers and the porn one, you could probably do that as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm curious, because I like where your head's at with all 3 of these. It seems like the world is endless. You're going to the CIA could show up, a mustard baron can show up, Brazzers.com can show up. So I think I like how you've kind of opened it up beyond this apartment complex. What are you guys feeling like you're getting the most amount of satisfaction out of these 3?
Well, I think we agree that the yellow gold is our favorite. I actually have already written a first draft of it, like a full 12-page. So that's the one. That's our favorite too. So
yeah.
I think that's the one that everybody agrees is the best.
The chat, I think, leans towards 1. There's a few 1, 2, 3s, which I think is just, hey, pick up a series. There's a decent amount of 2s, a lot of cum fans. I will say the YouTube chat gave me no numbers, but the Adult Swim chat.
I'm getting a couple 1s on the YouTube chat.
Wait, the chat is liking the cum one the best? The porn
No,
one?
No.
Overall, I would say the yellow gold is winning like 65, 70%.
Cool.
I will say I do like the second one, and not because it's cum. I think it's the way that
you're saying not because it's cum?
Yeah, it's a double negative. I tried to trick you, but you caught it. But I think it's going to be no, regardless of like how your relationship with S&P is at this point, I still think it's going to be a pretty hard one to get through. But I will say that I like that you guys use the complex in a way that like affects him, you know, and I think that that kind of plays into what I like a lot about him and what you guys kind of tapped in the first episode, which is like Skelly wants to be cool. I think that's a lot of what his character is. And I think this to me is like, oh, fuck, like I want to be cool. Like, so that kind of, I guess.
You relate to Skelly.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I think that this one feels like, you know, kind of more within his character's personality. But I think I say let's go with number 1, unless the chat is like outwardly.
Yeah.
Someone in chat just suggested John C. Reilly for the Mustard Baron.
Oh man, I've thought of that. That's like the dream guy for that role. I've actually had that thought. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, who knows what we'll be, but like, there might be an opportunity. I don't know what he's like doing voices, if he's down to do that, but we'll keep that in mind because, you know, we're putting this thing together. So it's good to know these things too, because if you're writing this guy and the voice of him, that'll probably help you, you know, get to where you want to get.
And he would be a live action actor too for this.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Right.
Okay, got it.
The hybrid kind of. Yeah.
He could be CG, but I had him written more as a live action.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, the shootout. You know what? I just want to see Skelly in the shootout. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys once again for coming in. And you know, this show started on development meeting, so it's cool to see it, like the stories come out through this, and people will see it on the air soon, and that'll be awesome. And we'll keep it going.
So literally, like this is how the call would probably go, somewhat like this if we were to talk. But I say from this, why don't you guys drop an outline and then send it to us whenever you're ready?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So we'll talk to you soon, Skellies.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Right.
There you have it.
All right.
So
Do we need to pull up the board, or do we just jump into the pictures?
I think we should just jump in.
I mean, it'll take 2 seconds, and it's a very important message.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a different board. This is the rules. Well.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
Is the NFL draft on right now?
Right now, Walter.
Oh well, this might change.
Hey, Walter, you need to go.
I don't like watching the NFL draft, by the way. Anyways, I don't, because there's too many fucking players. The NFL draft is like 60 rounds. The NBA draft is 2 rounds.
Yeah. Why would you go to the TV to watch a bunch of players when you could tune into development meeting to watch a bunch of players?
Awful. Well,
Yeah, I like to watch the players that's getting money.
Hey,
Wow,
you came to the right
that's great.
spot.
Let's see. Is this caller?
All right, let's
Gotta
take a
get
call. Why does it feel so like awkward in here? Do we have music? Do we not have music usually?
There's never music.
Oh.
They're usually playing them Ron Oilers.
Right.
Not for not for quarantine.
What's up, Stevie Trash?
Yeah, I like
Oh
to watch
fuck.
the players that's
Oh
getting
no.
You
All right,
hear
hey
it?
Stevie,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to watch the Whereby stream and not the AdultSwim.com stream.
All right, is that good?
I think yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
I can hear you guys fine. Yeah,
There you are. What's up, Stevie? You got an idea for us?
I do. Yeah, I got a sample episode I'll throw in now. It's a late night talk show called Trash Talk, and it's done with puppets that I've made out of garbage. And I built the set behind me. So you can see all my garbage puppet. And I got a little thing here. Let me get the link for this.
Sweet.
Live from the
You
web.
get the.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll share it.
You want me to send the Google Doc too?
Sure.
Live from the web. It's Trash Talk.
So yeah, I've been working on this for a couple
with
weeks, just
Tuna
been
Tam
in
and
isolation.
Lil Joe.
Kind of bored, and had a bunch of garbage, so I figured I'd do something with it. I've always wanted to do kind of like a simple and ollie thing. This whole idea
Nice
came from
Half
kind of
open
like
electrical
discovering.
bill. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. I am Tuna Can, and with me as always is Milk Jug, aka DJ Dreams.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I'm DJ Dreams now.
Yeah, it looks like you got a new addition to your turntables. Tell me what that's all about.
Well, I borrowed this little speaker from my sister Courtney. She uses it to sing karaoke in her room with her friends sometimes. So I borrowed it, and I can play the turntables now.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Can you give us a little sample of what's going on here?
Yeah, I have some sick beats lined up that I want to play for you guys right now, if that's all right. You think that's okay?
Yeah, let's see if we can. Terry, our producer Terry says, yeah, looks like we got some time. So why don't you, yeah, Milk Jug, DJ Dreams, first live set.
Okay, here we go.
Is that on, or?
Yeah, it's just a toy speaker from my sister Courtney, so it's not that loud. I don't really have a bass booster or anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You still got some sound there. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not as impressive as I thought it was going to be, if I'm being completely honest.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that works out. That works out great. Do you want to maybe turn it off now, and then we'll?
Yeah, we should probably just turn it off.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Well, anyway, yeah. No, I think that's gonna add a lot to the show. So I think that's a really cool addition to the show here. Maybe we can find some money in the budget to upgrade some of the speakers.
Yeah, I think that once I save up a little bit more money, I'll be able to afford a better system.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, we got a great show, and we're going to move right along here to our first little...
Okay. So just to, for the purpose of this being on an hour-long show, can you give us the segments that follow, like after an interview like that or something?
So the format, it's like kind of broken up into 4 little segments. The first segment is what you just saw, which is usually Tuna Can and Milk Jug doing some weird banter. Milk Jug just really wants to be a DJ. Tuna Can just really wants to be a late night host. And it's all very like amateur shot because it's produced by these trash puppets. They never really reference humans or anything. So the next segment is our reoccurring guest segment. There's a couple of reoccurring guests. There's Squeebo, who's the travel correspondent. He's kind of that's him in this episode. He's live from under the couch, and he's kind of this cocky asshole. And you find out eventually he got too drunk, and his wife left him and filed for divorce and is taking the children. So he's like his kind of arc is going to be just this depressed guy running away from these demons that have plagued him. And then we go to like a little kind of fake break, and we come back. And Milk Jug's sister comes and grabs his speaker away and hijacks the interview with a half-opened electrical bill. And the electrical bill is upset that he didn't get opened all the way. He's upset that he's only references what the amount due is. He has all this other information that he provides. So Courtney goes and rips him apart, and he's screaming, but he wants her to continue. And it all ends and goes off the rails, which is every episode usually.
Got it. Cool. I mean, look, this is doing like a sort of like nightly show is really tough because they've got to be so drastically different, and either it's in concept or the host, and like, you know, our version of that is Eric Andre, right? And that he's completely twisted a talk show, like to the point where, you know, it's not even a talk show. You could probably call it a million other things, but with this, it's just tough, you know. And I think in order to make it work, you have to have like a really strong host, or you know, an onslaught of like whatever characters, like a Pee-wee's Playhouse or something that just kind of like pop in and out of the world. So look, I'd work on your characters, you know, if you want to get an idea like this to pop.
Okay.
And you know there's a band, Trash Talk, right?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Would they be upset?
Honestly,
I feel like there'd be some trademark issues.
I feel like, and I know them, and this isn't like a threat, but I feel like if you told them that, they might beat your ass.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
That's fine. I've
they are kind of wild, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're wild. They're like it's like a tough hardcore band.
Don't be scared of them though. If they
I know.
wanna-
No, I was
like-
actually in high school. I was a singer in a hardcore
In a hardcore band. Oh, so you might be able to beat
You
that.
might be able to Can you give us like some singing, a vert? Do you have anything?
No, it was just a 17-year-old kid screaming about being 17.
Can you give us a sample?
Just angsty?
No, absolutely not. I can't do it. I would hurt myself doing it.
I feel you. It's
You
a
know
new
what?
career. You're moving
You know
on.
what? You might move slightly higher on the board if you took your talk show host and made him a hardcore screaming character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe just go like 80s MTV bit of headbanger.
No, like now. That's what I'm saying.
Just make him. You just want me to scream with him?
Oh man, come on, Stevie.
That was it.
That was
what I
good.
did.
I don't know. I was in
That was
it.
weak.
Sorry.
All right, cool, man. You're number one on the board.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Well, I would like. I mean, a hardcore voice might be something different. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
But
what's
I mean,
that?
that's adding something to a character that we're not like right now. A host wanting to be a talk show host is a kind of familiar thing.
Yeah, like if I adding a hardcore persona to a talk show host also might suck because I just think of Eric hosting it with a fucking axe.
It's weird to me because does anyone under like a
Jun. Circle it up. Bum bumps.
Damn.
Bum bumps.
My wrist is getting all weird and wet and red right now. I don't know. Let's take another caller.
I kind of wonder if anyone under the age of 50 would want to host a talk show. Period.
No. Hell no.
There's a lot of people who want to host.
It.
What?
Yeah.
For the check? Is that really what you want to do?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
All right, let's bring someone else. Jordy, would you want to host a talk show?
She is.
Like a late night talk show.
This is basically The View, what we do.
This is not with you.
Yes, it is.
I feel you. You know what?
Camille Hobbs in the house.
Hello.
What up?
You gotta turn off the volume on our stream.
Is that a mic behind you?
How is this?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Coming in crispy. What's going on, Camille?
Happy to be here.
Can you turn down the volume on the stream on Adult Swim?
Mute it.
Is this better?
Mute it.
It's worse. Turn
you
it
need
off.
to mute.
Yeah.
You need to mute us on the computer. Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. I'm figuring it out, guys. I'm figuring it out.
That's all good. What's going on? You got an idea? You've been kicking around?
Yes. Actually, I have a partner. If we can let him into this chat, his name's Janelle.
Janelle. He's waiting right now.
He's in the queue.
Yep, I see him.
Awesome. And I'm gonna drop the YouTube link for you guys.
Oh. You got the whiteboard up there. You got a lot of ideas.
I do have a lot of ideas.
Janelle, you gotta mute your stream. You gotta mute the stream of the.
All right.
Are you Milo Smith?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
We're good.
I'm doing good.
I'm great. Excited to be here as well.
All right, ready,
Hell yeah,
ready
welcome.
for this
I think
video?
Eric's about to play the clip. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, you jive turkeys. I've got a story to tell. Now, as y'all should know, after decades of pollution from the other side, the reef is on the brink of destruction. It's straight up ghetto, y'all. In the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean, it's oh so shady, baby.
Shady! Open up! I got a bone to pick with your ass.
What the hell you want, Ray? Banging on my door like the damn po-po. In the last days of a once lively ocean, a gang of bad mamma jammas rules the reef. Shady. I'll kill your jive ass right now. Try it. Ray.
Yeah, it's about time. Today's the day. It's payday for Ray Day.
Bash.
You know what I'm saying? You can always work for me, baby. But if there's one thing I know, is women. Nailing them, banging them.
Sham.
I cut the crap. I'm on the craps. Yeah, I'm about to kill it. Ha, cause I'm a killer whale. Ha 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 ha.
Tom, I can't complain. The life has been treating me well. I love the summer breeze. You can almost smell the trash in the air.
Lee, yo, is that an anchovy over there? If I see this motherfucking anchovy, I swear to fucking Neptune, I'm gonna take a bite of this motherfucker.
Puff.
Is this what you had in mind when I said let's do blow in the bathroom?
Hey, sweet cheeks. Looks like you could use a lift.
Our octoposse.
Oh!
Sing the fucking game!
Oh no, my women need it!
Fucking play!
Hey, slow down! Damn! Ow! God damn! Slow your ass down!
Well. You predatory motherfucker. Looks like you ain't at the top of the food chain no more.
You mother...
My knees. My knee hurt. Oh, shade.
Eric, I think we're good.
Wait a minute.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop our pitch Bible here in the chat for you guys, but the name of the show is Octoposse. It's about 8 fish in a polluted ocean in the 70s, so it's ghetto, fabulous.
Yeah, ghetto crabulous. Did you say
officially the
crabulous?
log?
Sorry, I just want to make that. Did you say crabulous? Or was it
I
fabulous?
didn't say crabulous.
Okay, all right.
I
I
like
was
that.
gonna say, fuck.
Yeah. But officially the log line reads as 8 fish fight for money, power, and respect during the last days in the polluted, impoverished ocean in the 1970s.
Cool. Got it. Yeah, I mean, go for it, Walter. Cheap.
No, I was gonna say if you could quickly just like give us some episode examples, I think would be the best.
Okay. So towards the bottom of the pitch Bible, if you scroll, we have 4 different examples of short synopses of some episodes that we had in mind. The first one we kind of incorporated into the trailer that we just watched. But basically the story behind episode 1 is Shady is trying to find a car. She spends the day going around this the ocean trying to gather together the funds to buy a car from Puff, which is one of the main characters of the show. So at the beginning of the episode, Ray the drug dealer comes to her door. He wants to get some money from her. She's about to shoot him, but that's when her counterpart Bash, the hammerhead, comes in. He mentions that there's more money to make. So him and Shady decide to get together and earn some money at the track where seahorses are racing. She loses her money there, but they also run into Tone while they're there, who's the mobster. He's the great white shark. So because they already owe him money, you know, he's chasing them around the city. That's the car chase that was shown in the trailer. They go to a street fight after that where they see Lee, who's the moray eel. He's a prize fighter. From there, they get a little bit more money, and then they find Puff at the dealership. They make the deal for the car, but it turns out to be a lemon because Puff, he's a shady car salesman. So the car breaks down while Shady's in the car, and that's when they run into Lore, who's the anglerfish. So they get lost in the dark part of the ocean. Lore approaches them with his light and kind of illuminates the entire area. And from there, that's where the episode ends. But the synopsis of it basically revolves around Shady with her friend Bash hustling, trying to find some money for a car. We have 3 other episodes here as well. Bash, he defaults on a loan from Tony the mobster. Bash is a hammerhead shark who's also a pimp, so he's often in tough financial situations. Episode 3, Puff, who's the car salesman, who's also a pufferfish. He has a really bad drug habit, so that puts him at odds with Ray, who's a neighborhood drug dealer. Episode 4, Lore, he's a thief in general, so he ends up stealing from Lee the moray eel, who's a prize fighter. He's a very intimidating person. So now he's spending the rest of the episode looking over his shoulder, trying not to get attacked by Lee. So we have a few different episodes there, but the trailer really revolves around episode 1.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, it's cool. Like anytime I see like 70s black exploitation stuff for us, I think of Black Dynamite, the show we did, and kind of where they like pushed and pulled and kind of lampooned that stuff. It's always kind of fun. I mean, my question to you guys, like outside of them being fish, it feels like it's kind of doing what those black exploitation movies do. It's just fish. And so, I mean, my thing would be to like, hey, what are you going to do that they weren't doing in those movies? Like, I'm down with like the whole vibe of it, but as long as it doesn't feel like, hey, this is that, but with fish, it needs to feel like, oh, this is becoming this whole nother thing. Even though it has the hallmarks of a black exploitation type of deal.
For sure. So I would say in comparison to the other shows, while many of those revolve around like a titular character, whether it be Black Dynamite or whoever, Shady is the main character, but there are also the 7 other characters that kind of work together as an ensemble, hence the name Octoposse. So it's more so about their interactions amongst each other as the ocean continues to die. They're all fighting for power and money against each other. So one episode could be about one of them finessing the other, but another episode could be about the relationship between 2 completely different characters and more. So it's less about just straight kung fu or action or violence or anything like that. It's more so about the rising tensions in the ocean, the things that are going on, the interactions from the outside world, which is the human waste that's causing them to behave in more volatile ways against each other.
Gotcha.
Cool. Right. Yeah.
Cool. Well put together for sure.
Yeah, definitely on the board.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. We'll see. 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But
thanks for calling in, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
I will say that we don't have like a underwater-ish show. I mean, so there's that. Always trying to figure out like.
I like underwater. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if one person here likes to dive and dive deep,
deep dive,
I ain't gonna let you guess.
8 is a lot of main characters. I'm gonna say that. It's a lot of main characters to have.
Hey, girl, you said that.
Have you watched The Office before?
I'll say this. Seeing the hammerhead shark, because there was like a 3-month period where hammerhead sharks were my favorite animal, and it just brought me back. And now I'm thinking of them.
What age were you?
Wait, isn't the octopus your favorite animal?
No, it's been a polar bear for a little bit, but I do like octopuses a lot. I like underwater. But this made me go back to where I was, which was, Cam, I was pretty young when I loved hammerhead sharks as my favorite.
I thought this was like at like age 34 or something.
No. Well, it's about to be
brought back.
So, yeah, anyway.
That would be so sick to be like 48 years old. I'm like, man, my favorite animal still, man. It came back. It used to be a hammerhead. I lost it for a while, but now at age 48, I'm fucking with it again.
You can't.
They're pretty cool.
Wasn't there a dude in Dick Tracy hammerhead?
Man,
and he had like
I was thinking about Dick Tracy because it's been lots of years since I've seen that thing, but I've been meaning to go back. Yeah, big. Guess why? Because
shout out Warren Beatty.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't shout out Warren Beatty. That's where
you
give
can't.
up.
Not on this show. You can't. We had a rule.
Let's do another call. We're going too slowly.
We got 20 minutes left.
You know what, Jordy? You've set the mood with your fucking horny lights back there, and you know what? I'm saying it's a little distracting.
Can I tell you what Jordy did to me today? Jordy slacked me an email, and I just feel like a lot of people are using Slack. And it needs to be clear to you young people. Slack is not to send an email through Slack. You send that to the email that it don't slack an email. You
I sent you a draft of an email because I was like,
well, even worse.
Hey Walter, did you get my my email that I mailed to your house with the stamp on it?
I would prefer that than
Okay.
being slacked an email.
Okay.
All right,
Well, it's coming.
All right, I tried getting a guy in that was annoying the hell out of me.
Well, that sounds perfect.
He keeps trying to get in, and I finally like click him in, and
Way
his
to
shit
narrow
didn't
him
work.
down to the best.
The shit didn't work. So.
oh, so this is not.
No, this is not the guy. There's this other guy who's been, he's been in the chat nonstop. He keeps calling me in.
Where you are in.
Yeah, put me in.
Jacob, you're
I got
in.
a show. I got a show for you guys.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right. Where do I put it?
Oh, you put it in the. Eric, did you see you put it in the chat?
Which one is it?
No, it's in the
whereby chat.
in the whereby chat.
Can you put it in the Adult Swim chat? This is.
Someone else?
See, this is the first guy I tried to let in, and it didn't show up until now.
His name is Tight Sapper Payne. I fuck with you. You can't talk. You can stay there. Let Sapper Payne stay there because that's a tight.
Can I close the show?
Can you drop it in the Adult Swim chat?
I'll get it from here.
just
All right, here we go. I got it.
Okay.
Eric, you got it.
Society's falling apart here.
We're wild, we're raunchy, and we're loving it up. Sildering pleasure of youth. The joy one derives from being amongst the young. To us.
To us.
I'm very excited about the baby you're going to make me. I'd like to create a child in the master bedroom. Am I being too raunchy to you in public?
You're embarrassing me, Brentley.
That's odd. I wasn't embarrassing you last weekend when I treated Lucille and Marianne to a tour of the Jewelry Depot exhibition.
Women change.
And yet, a bold, liberating new frontier.
You're at work 24/7.
No, not anymore. It vectorizes the nuances of your face. It creates a gyrating hemisphere. Kathleen, look at me. I made big money. I sold the plans this afternoon to Sphericom. In the near future, you're gonna
this
look at
chopped and
face,
screwed version
you're
is
gonna
great,
see,
by the way.
Oh my, a child laughing, and our smiles infused as one.
Wow, I don't know where you found this, but this thing is fucking fire, and I need you to send it to me. If you made it, sorry, you think you're muted, but we'll talk after this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but oh wait, yeah, Sapper, chill 1 sec. We're gonna finish this pitch and then get to you.
It's just not my day. This is garbage.
I find my screaming is.
Oh, you poor thing. Just hang on a second, all right?
Yeah, I muted him.
If someone touches me too rough, even the good ones, I get scared and I yelp a little.
Maybe we could speak to a doctor.
Well, that's a good idea. Maybe you'd know why I'm not as charming as I was 5 years ago. I was top dog back then. I'd buy low, sell high. I even had my own stationery. But I guess everyone's yacht's gonna run out of gas sooner or later. Maybe the helmet deal will help refill the tank.
It's the screen.
My lovable affectations.
Well, maybe we should pause
We
here.
bring a baby forth from within.
I'm interested.
Wow. No, I thought that was funny. That guy's a great performer. I thought you shot it well. It kept me off balance in like a cool way. So, Sapper, Eric, can you just mute Sapper, man?
Yeah, he's muted.
You're driving.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's muted to the stream, so tell him to quit talking.
No, just can we bring him back in when we're ready?
Bring him back later.
Yeah, tell him to call back.
I don't want to hear him whine.
He's been
That's for
so
sure.
thirsty. He's been like,
Jacob, tell us. All right, Jacob, tell us about what you see in the series or more about this?
Well, it's about a group of businessmen who go on a corporate retreat, and then they never return to society. So they're like on an HR retreat that's just ongoing. But it mostly follows this one guy, I guess, while he's out there on a HR retreat they do like team building exercises and like forever. So
wow.
And so did you
Very
shoot
great.
this or like?
yeah, I shot it a few years ago and haven't really done anything with it. So
Yeah, my only
Well,
knock on it
I
is
did
how
all
Tim and
the
Eric it
stuff.
looks, but it's
yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely like curious and also very uncomfortable as to like where it was gonna go, and I think that's a good thing because I think with watching anything, I want to feel something. Some things a little bit more than others, you know.
You like Holly Berry in Monsters Ball.
Yeah, or like look at Jordy's lights. When I see those lights, I sort of. So watching your thing.
I want to watch it. I want to watch the whole thing. I want to watch it again, which is a great sign because I want to watch it after this. But I think you're number one. I think you're tough to beat, and I think there potentially could be more to do.
Yeah,
So
the world is
really
cool, man.
I'm curious. I'm curious. You said you made this a few years ago. Have you made anything in the interim?
Yeah. As far as like a comedy pilot, not really. I mean, I work in advertising and stuff, so I mean, I don't know. Like,
makes sense.
Perfect. Usually, the most successful comedians come from the advertising department.
No, a lot of good creatives obviously come from.
Oh yeah,
that's actually true.
There's more money in it. Or there's a lot of money in it.
Yeah, but and I'm also a musician, so I did all the music then.
So wait, you chopped it through
Can you send us
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I love that too. Eric had everyone muted but Cam for some reason, but I love that.
No, because
you had to unmute yourself,
You
Walter.
have to unmute yourself.
You had to take control of your life, Walter.
Anyway,
So don't
Jacob.
mute me in the first place.
I didn't
Very-
mute you.
It automatically.
It's auto.
All right, can we do this?
Very good, Jacob.
Here.
Thank you so much for putting you on the board number one, and I
Yeah.
hope you
What
call
was the
back
name
with
of
some
the
other
pitch?
shit too.
All right, thank you guys.
What was the name of the pitch?
Hold on, I want to ask Jacob.
Really friendly men.
Really friendly man.
Okay.
Jacob, can you drop that song in the chat? Is that like downloadable or anything?
Not right this.
All right.
I'd have to find it, but I'm happy to send it to you guys. That's
You just slowed it down, right?
So sexual healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
You just
Yeah.
dropped it to about a fucking 50 BPM.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All right.
fire.
That was
Nicely
great.
done. Some good choices all around there from Jacob. So thank you for calling, Jacob. That's going to be tough to beat. We have somebody. Are we going to get the other guy in who's
We'll
been
see if Thirsty can get
tearing
it.
up?
Oh man.
It's not my
He's been
favorite.
getting my last nerve. I just want him
Energy.
to be gone.
Who? Eric's Jordan?
No.
Walter blaming
All
me
right.
for. Oh,
Sapper
God.
Payne is on.
It's
This poor guy has been having to wait for 50
Yeah.
minutes today.
Hold on. What's that gear you got on? What's it? That's
keeps
all. Is that
happening.
a Salvadorian
moment.
army shirt?
Hold on.
Are you at a hotel?
What's
I'm
going
just
on,
gonna
Seth?
do
Where did you get that shirt from?
this is my uniform.
Yeah.
I'm actually on duty right now. I just got off duty not too
I was
long
going
ago.
to say, you're on duty right
Just
now?
snitched on
Can
himself.
you
That's very scary.
can you get me one of those?
No, that's stolen valor, you
Stolen
fucking
valor.
liar.
Stolen valor.
Can't do that.
Anyway, yeah. So I really apologize for all my technical difficulties. I'm in like a hotel with like kind of shoddy Wi-Fi and all my devices
good.
are just messing up on me.
All right.
Oh, good. Look at Jordy. She can't even move. So you're good.
I'm gonna drop the my presentation one more time in the right. I dropped it in the chat again. So it's something. I'm mainly a writer, so I don't really exactly have video on me at the moment. But what I did do was I commissioned an artist for my main idea. Simply put, this idea is a mecha show combined with a shonen. So stuff like, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, so on and so forth, combined with stuff like Gundam. That's basically my idea.
Got it.
Right. Actually, just for a fun reference, I'm actually a big Gundam fan, so I was actually making a Gundam model right here.
That's sick.
Yeah, the Uniqlo's doing this. But anyway, so
what base are you at?
So I'm actually working. I'm helping out with the COVID-19 response down over in New Jersey.
Oh, sweet. Thank you for your help, man. That's very brave and crazy.
Well, thank you for hearing me out. I'm actually really blessed to have this opportunity. This is actually something I've been writing just when on my free time, but I just to get into it. The idea is that all of a sudden, it's this world that's been shaped by like nanomachines is like the new technology, and all of a sudden you've got this island nation that just comes out of nowhere, completely made of nanomachines, and it starts physically assimilating the islands around it. So it's like right now they're in this stalemate. You've got a world government that can't really fight this nation, and then you've got this technologically advanced nation, but they're not as big in size. The main character, he's like I wrote here, he's someone whose home country was physically assimilated by this country called Babel, right? So he's always been the type that he just keeps his head down, don't bother, someone else will take care of it, that kind of person, until once all his friends are gone, there's no one to help him out. And that when he's finally at his lowest point, that is when he finally decides to take charge of his life and go for the better. The ability he unlocks is the ability to control nanomachines, which, like I said, that's basically the basis for this world. It sounds like a really broken ability. I promise you, it has its restrictions. And his goal is revolution.
I like that you're honest about that.
It does.
Can we get into like some more of the characters quickly, because we're kind of running out of time, and I want to get as much.
Hurry this up too.
Yeah. No, sorry, it's all good.
Rojas Rosal. Like I said, these are my inspirations going into this. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because the shonen, I like when shonen focuses on more of the strategy elements rather than just DBZ style. I'm stronger than you, I win. I did Code Geass was very inspirational when it came to the revolutionary elements and also the strategy. Aldno Zero, really the feel. Gundam 00, same thing with the kind of the revolutionary idea as well. And so what I did get to do art-wise was I was able to get someone to design the final mecha, the final upgrade, so to speak. But getting into the characters, main character Rojas Rosal, the idea is that he's not a younger person. He is someone who is older, someone who's basically, he's seen everything, or so he thinks. But now it's like his worldview is changing now that he's finally the thing that he's been avoiding his whole life. Now he is in that situation. Now he's in prison. But that's where he finds the drive to change himself, right? This is related to culture, so it does have a lot of Filipino elements. If you look at the swords on the mecha, it's actually the same sword that in history, Jose Rizal, who's a Filipino hero, that's the style of the blade. So he grew up, he was out of touch with his culture as well as the other part. So he's very, very laid back, but once he's in this situation, that's when he starts getting like actual motivation to do stuff. He gains his abilities because of this drive. the idea is that people can gain abilities if they have this strong drive to do something. That's how he gets, like I said, relic. So these are at least the basic 3-episode structure. So the first one, actually, it doesn't reflect here, but the initial idea is actually to do a flash forward, so you establish a power ceiling. You get to see what he's able to do in the future, taking on, basically army single-handedly by himself. But that's like far future, right? And in this, episode 1 is about breaking him down, about seeing him just trying to avoid his problems, and then finally, when there's no one to help him, he realizes, hey, maybe I should have helped that guy. Maybe I should have done something here, something there. And then the inevitable end of that, the conclusion to that episode is, I'm going to change. I can do something now. And that's how he gets his abilities.
Gotcha.
All right.
I mean, look, I feel like you really know this thing. And it's tricky because, I mean, we're in general looking for comedies.
No, that's fine. I wanted
it feels more Toonami, and not that we can't hear it and get it to those guys.
That's fine. Honestly, my goal here was actually to just get feedback. This is like the first time I'm really presenting this idea, so I'd like to know what you think, and therefore use that as a means of improvement.
Yeah, and I think with that is because I feel like you speak this, you have a very, very vast understanding of like what exactly you want to do, and that's great. I think we're all very in tune with that, and I feel like that's what makes shows great, is like you attacking it the way you're attacking it. I think because there's a lot of information in your idea that like it's going to be tough to us for us to give you feedback like right on the spot. But if we have the deck, I mean, obviously you sent it to the chat. Is that the entire deck there, or do you have like something a little bit more?
That's like I said, that's everything I have right now, mainly because I've been a little busy.
Yeah.
A lot of what I have is like stuff I wrote down in this notebook, like stuff that while it's like this is like the Bible, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So
gotcha.
It's gonna be like all that exposition stuff that really I know you wouldn't want to see right now. It like like the rules about the power system and all that.
Yeah, look, we'll read the whole thing, and I'm for sure the chat will tell you what they think, and you'll probably see it on the YouTube comments. You can maybe get some random stuff from that, but it feels like you know it, and you just need to lean into it.
Yeah, put it together. Put it together more. Like expand on the episodes, expand on the characters, and then if you want, come back. I mean, I feel like you got to get it kind of done,
Okay, so yeah, I'll put more about the characters, mainly. I'll definitely improve on that.
All right, we got.
Yeah, and then I might even try to write out an episode, in terms of just even outline it to really explain, because you're gonna have to really grab us by the story you're telling here.
Right.
So you might want to even take it to the next step. But I do want to ask you, since you're here in New Jersey, how is the COVID thing? Because it's crazy out there, right?
I can't quite make a comment on the situation. I'd like to say that it's not, I'm just going to say that from my personal experience, while, everyone's staying inside, it's been going okay. All things considered. So
that's good to hear.
Not just everyone have hope. We're doing everything we can.
Sweet. Thank you for calling,
sir.
man, and I appreciate your help. So that was Sapper Payne. I think he's got that brain. He's got that energy and got that brain going. I feel like he needs to put it all down. Put it all down.
All right. Does that make the board? How does this board look? Et cetera, et cetera.
We only get to 4.
Yeah, we only got 4 pitches. Yep.
4 or 5. Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I think Really Friendly Men is number 1 to me. Clearly, I'm thinking about Trash Talk over Octoposse. But what do you guys think?
Trash Talk and Octoposse, they both have very familiar things they're hanging their shows on, so I don't really care.
I want to throw this guy. I want to throw Sapper Payne thing in there. I don't know where, but I would definitely want to put in the mix. I would say number 2, just because I think he's onto something, and I'm curious.
I'm surprised. You feel that strongly?
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I know I can. Listen, put it this way.
It feel like another anime to you?
Octoposse and Trash Talk, I know exactly what those are. You know what I mean?
And you
I know
think-
what those are.
Mhm.
I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I think I think what's it called falls in the exact same space.
I think I'm
But
buying more
go
so
for it.
the.
If you feel this passionate, I'm not gonna fight you.
We also don't have to give 3 people money, right?
Right.
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. Yes, we
Need
do.
to get out.
Apparently.
What do you say?
I say let's go 400 to Friendly Man, and 50 to the other 2. If Cam wants to put it, I'm fine to me. But that's what I think. I think maybe Friendly Man was.
I want to put him in there.
Far out front.
All right. So who drops out?
Trash Talk.
All right. And what was the name of his
Sorry,
pitch?
did Trash Talk. Sapper
Put Sapper.
Payne is his name.
Sapper.
That's a good title. Sapper Payne.
All right. Well, lit.
There you have it.
Lit woke gang shit. Classic development meeting episode. So congratulations to those people. We're here. Next week though, I think we've got a time change, right?
We do. Moving back
All
an
right.
hour.
So we're going to be starting at 6 p.m. right now.
Pacific.
Next week, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
9
So-
p.m. Eastern.
9 Eastern. So that's the schedule going forward. Have your shit ready next Thursday. We'll see you here. And then we'll also keep you. Oh, yeah, we have a big game home video gearing up.
Oh.
If you know that was greenlit, or we've granted a script from this show here, so we'll keep you posted on that. All right?
All
right.
Then that nigga got the trippin'. I know you see me, cause ho, they put me on your TV. Watch every move I make, I know these bitches wanna be me. I know that they can't stand the way I'm up and they be thinking. Boy, if you got sativa, match it up, cause I be geeking.